What's up, YouTube? Welcome back. Don with the Don Franz Show. And in tonight's video, I'm actually going to do a quick video on why why I bought Boeing and Delta Airlines today. So something you've probably seen a lot of, you've heard a lot of people talk about it, probably not in the right context. Sector rotation. It's the new term of the week. Everyone loves to talk about it. A lot of them have been wrong, a lot in their context of it. Sector rotation is exactly what it sounds like. They're rotating out of tech and going into industrials or financials. That's what it is. You don't rotate out of Amazon to buy Apple. And it's just investors, right? Now, a lot of people have been in tech. No surprise there, right? Now, they put their money in tech because that's the safe one. At the other end of all of this, tech's still going to be here. Amazon's not going anywhere. Tesla's not going anywhere. Neither's Apple. Neither any of the big tech giants. So a lot of money poured into there. Hey, there's a lot of uncertainty. We don't know when this vaccine's coming. Let's go ahead and just put our money where we know it's going to be safe. Now we've got a lot of talk about, Russia now announced they have something in the works, or announced. I'm trying to avoid getting demonetized here on YouTube talking about it and triggering anything. But so there was that today. We have our own upcoming, maybe not quite as far along, but now that we start to see that that's in the works, we're starting to see vacation spots. We're starting to see travel pick up. We saw airlines really pick up some hype the other day, and maybe we're rotating out of tech and into some of these other sectors that have some room to grow as far as recover. If we look at Boeing took a hit. Now, Boeing was already in trouble before the crash. They had plenty of crashes already. So during the cash grab, of course, that one was going. Now we're starting to see butts in those seats. Starting to see plane tickets getting bought. We're seeing some of the hype. Recently, I've been talking about Boeing and how we're kind of making some lower highs. We need to keep an eye. Watch out for this as a rejection. You can see that broke today. Still making higher lows, so ultimately that's a pretty important one I don't want to break. Just this right here, we'll go ahead and extend that out. This is not a trend line I'm playing, nothing crazy. It's just the fact that, one, if you're new to my style of trading, I do all my planning the night before and I set alerts, which is how I was actually alerted about Boeing. I set alerts, so later on when I'm on my phone and all I see is this, I know I drew that trend line with the mindset of, okay, we're making higher lows, that's important. We had one here for lower highs. All right, we're starting to change that. Technically, this is still a lower high, right? Nothing is changed. Now, you can draw that trend line and talk about how a trend might have just broken, because it almost looks like maybe something was going on here. But let's just draw that line here. It's not horizontal. Not yet, at least. Right? As far as candles closing, we're still a lower high. What just created that argument, though, was the wick pushed a little bit higher. So now, even the fact that we're creating the argument of, did it make a higher high? Did it change the trend? Or are we going off candle bodies? Anytime there's that feud between, oh, I go off candle bodies or I go off the wicks, hey, we're entertaining that argument of an actual trend change. And now we're starting to see, again, travel starting to pop up. We got above the zone. I wasn't bullish until we got above, so I don't care if anyone wants to call it overbought. This might be the beginning of something. So now, personally, I actually traded some options. I did give it some time. Everything I'm in is, as far as my next one too, is December. And I'll make some options videos for you guys. I'm buying at the money stuff with December, so I got plenty of time on there for them to only just get further in the money. So that's what I want to talk about with Boeing. Now, if this breaks, I will go ahead and cut. If it breaks the 180 mark, I'm back out. I don't like it if it gets back down here. At least I don't like it right away. I'm not going to short it, but if it does break, I will manage my position. I'll get down, and maybe I'll keep an eye out on this speed bump zone. We're actually going to change that. We're going to put that right here because that's where I'm interested in that. Once that breaks, I'll just set alerts and kind of manage it that way. And speaking of alerts, I'll have an alert right here at the 194 mark. And then right here is where I also want to keep an eye on things. Maybe a potential management spot. Scale some out, look for a pullback. Maybe we tag this. I can set an alert right here right below it, scale out if that breaks, and look for a dip buy back here like the 191 mark. We'll manage it further at that point. Stocks are not a set and forget. It's a set and manage as you go gig anyway. And then next one I bought, Delta Airlines. Now, this actually already got above the zone yesterday, and then we saw the gap and the push up. Now, in the morning volatility, when this thing sold off, I took advantage of the dip buy right here. Now, I did not know it was going to do just that. A little bit smaller position. I got plenty of time. I had every intention of adding back on right here at the bottom, should it continue. I was really looking to focus on this area right here. We're kind of mid-zone. We got above this. I'm looking for it to go zone to zone. I was a little late to the game, but all I saw was actually us rejecting that right there. And, you know, that we started to sell off, started to hold, so this next red candle down, and that's where I ended up buying it. So we're still up here. I'm watching that. Hopefully that's like a bull flag. If you're new to me, like, these are the main zones I'm watching. The yellow, these purple ones I call speed bump zones. I don't mind a red candle popping up there. I don't mind. That's the turbulent area. Like, hey, let's just, you know, if we're going zone to zone and we see this, hey, maybe that's the time to add on, put my stops underneath, and we continue that ride up. So I am still in this. I will watch Delta Airlines right here at this zone. Maybe we need to modify. We drew these zones like they're back here, but let's go ahead and let's see if we don't need to modify this. You know, in fact, we are, because I want to know about this. We're going to actually draw a couple. As far as the 4-hour zones, look at this green candle right there. A little more of a fresh zone. We know plenty of sellers have been right there. And just like we did right here, we're going to draw another speed bump zone, an area that I need to be alerted about right here. We start to see a rejection right here. You know, maybe we might just stair step, might zigzag our way up, tag up here, higher low here, break right through, bounce right here for a higher low here. We might just trend up that way, but I want to know about these areas when they get there. And before I end it here, guys, I'm going to touch one more last time on sector rotation. Stop. Just stop. I get it's the flavor of the week, right? Oh, sector rotation. They rotated out of this. They rotated into that. Did you see the rotation today? Yeah, I get you want to sound fancy and you want to be in the cool stock world with all the fancy terms. I think YouTubers are running away with this, and they don't know what they're talking about. It's blatantly obvious, right? You don't rotate again out of something in tech to something in tech. It's a sector rotation. You might rotate out of one sector into another, just like it sounds. Hey, we put a bunch of money in this tech, or put a bunch of money in this sector, which is tech. You know, and you know, maybe it is a little on the hot side. It needs to cool off. So let's put new money into a different one. So you start to see that other one start to pump up, or maybe pull money out to allocate it into a different sector. But if you know how to trade, and that's what you're doing, swing trading, day trading, anything like that, your risk should already be managed. Your stop loss should already be in place. They can rotate out of tech, and it won't matter because your stop loss will already be in place. That red candle shows up because they rotated out of tech. It just comes right back, you know, tags out. Again, price action is still key. So I wanted to make this quick video talking about Boeing and Delta and why I bought them. I started having alerts go off, so I jumped into the airlines. So I will end this video here, guys. I will see you in the next video.